everybody, Movie Fan Z here. So it's time for another series review, and this time we're going to talk about the 6-episode series that is available on Netflix called High Score. So basically what this series is a chronological view of the video game industry from the start of Pong and Atari and Pac-Man through to the inventions of Star Fox and Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. So each episode chronicles a different kind of big event in video games from that time period. Like I said, so episode 1 deals with Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and Space Invaders and the start of Atari. And then episode 2, is Donkey Kong and the start of Nintendo and all that. Episode 3 talks about the start of like role-playing games like adventure, but also kind of delving a little bit into Dungeons and Dragons. Episode 4 is about the war between Sega and the Genesis against Nintendo with the Super Nintendo, and how with Nintendo, how big they were, and you needing a company to kind of like rival them. And that's where Sega came in. Episode 5 dealing with the rise of fighting games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And then episode 6 talking about the integration of 3D into games like Star Fox and Wolfenstein and Doom. And all throughout the series, you get a lot of interviews from people that have created these different games and the process behind them. But also, you get people that, in a kind of an interesting take, that competed in like world championships in playing some of these games and their experiences with that. And to top it all off, it's narrated by Charles Martinet, who is the original voice of Mario. So you bring all of that together, and that's the series you get. And I loved it. Now, I'm not as knowledgeable in video games as, say, someone like my brother who loves it and is a lot more knowledgeable. But I can understand the fascination with it. And that's what brought me into this series. Because it, to me, one of my favorite type of series is the educational kind. Things where you get to learn more about, like behind the scenes, or just more about certain things. Like, for example, one show that I like, I'll give you 2 shows. One, Behind the Attraction, which is a deep dive into every episode a different Disney attraction. And then Mysteries at the Museum, where they highlight 3 different items at 3 different museums and talk about the history of them. So, for me, this was just another way of just learning more about the history of something. And I was fully in to this show. And they're not long episodes either. There's maybe 45 minutes per episode, but you get so much information in there. And if you're into video games, this is one I would definitely recommend. And I'm not going to give a rating for this. I'm just going to say check it out. And it's only 6 episodes on Netflix. But if you enjoy my reviews, be it TV or movie, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews. But this is my review of the 6-episode series High Score on Netflix. Come back next time for another review. This is Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.